Hello all, welcome to a Friday afternoon's beer review, which I am dubbing the Yes I Am Really Trying to Clean This Place Up. Granted, I am doing it very distractedly while watching fish tank clips and Toad Speed Gaming's replay of XCOM. I finally understand, and that kind of leads into a funny little segue. I finally understand why most men watch sports. Because I'm watching him play a game that I like, but I completely suck at and takes forever to play. So it's just more fun to watch somebody who's good at a game playing a game sometimes than playing it yourself. And I never understood that because I don't really give a shit about team sports. I do care about vintage computer games, however, and the mods that were made off of them. So, what is it that we're reviewing? Well, after I review this, there's only going to be one more athletic brewing because I can't find the stout for the life of me. I know the stout is distributed widely, but I can't find any place in Hawaii that has it. So there's only one after this one, and this is their light beer. Now I'm not sure why anyone would make a. I guess some people like light beer. This is 25 calories, so that's pretty dang light, don't you think? So 5 carbohydrates, no protein, no fat. Let's go and read the verbiage. Athletic Light is your everyday brew, refreshing, low on carbs and light and low on calories. It's classically simple yet expertly crafted with a crisp, dry finish, brewed specifically for the sport of life. It's the perfect choice for any occasion or no occasion at all. Of course, this being a non-alcoholic beer. I'm going to be drinking a lot more of these non-alcoholic beers. I think I've kind of come to a conclusion on how I'm going to redo things. And basically, it's going to be, as money permits, 1 to 2 beers a week, literally like single bottles. Um, and if I have the desire to drink beer, I'm going to drink non-alcoholic beer because it basically kills the urge for a beer for me. It's like not so much the alcohol, it's just I like the taste of beer. Anyways, going to be pouring this into my broken Pilsner glass, because why wouldn't I? Okay. So, a clear, carbonated, golden yellow. Oddly enough, a bit darker than some alcoholic beers that I've seen. Okay. Got some hopping there. Slightly spicy, herbaceous, and floral. And underneath that, a bit of crackery malts, not too much. I was expecting this to be a bit more carbonated. It was more carbonated, and I had it in like a shaker glass before last night. Um, but yeah, onto the palate now. Light beer really isn't my style, by the way. Got some bittering hops up front, some grainy cereal notes in the top note there that emerge in the mid to finish. Basically clears the palate right at the end. There is a bit of boardiness that is in the mid to finish on the palate. I guess because there's really not much for it to hide behind here. Again, still much less than traditional non-alcoholic beers. I mean, because it's a non-alcoholic beer, it's so light in body and in flavor that I would say that, it reminds me of Natural Light if Natural Light were a pleasant tasting beer. So, in other words, this is kind of beer flavored soda water, literally. I ain't hating on it, but at the same time, this is not the one I would go back to time and time again. I'm kind of figuring out which ones I would go back to time and time again, which is basically ones that have a lot more dark malt presence and hop presence because the flavor profiles are really defined by those. There's nothing to really define a flavor profile here. Just a ghost of cereal malts and a bit more clear noble hopping. And that doesn't lend itself to much dimensionality there or interplay with the literally non-existent malting. That said, I can see this being pretty pleasant on a summer's day. Um, you know, I enjoy like LaCroix, uh, sparkling water. So, this is kind of like if LaCroix put out a beer flavored sparkling water beverage. So, that is your review for Athletic Light. Kind of wonder, has anyone ever put out like a non-alcoholic Belgian beer? One that uses Belgian yeast and everything. Kind of sounds interesting. Haven't seen it yet, but I also know Belgians are a bit harder to brew, so you know might not work that way. Anyways, Athletic Light beer. I kind of reviewed this one to be a completist for what I can find of the Athletic Brewing Company. I kind of knew this wasn't going to be my particular choice, but it's not awful. I've had a lot worse regular light beers. This one just kind of has a slight wartiness to it. And that, folks, is your non alcoholic beer review for this afternoon. Cheers.